episode of Bear Talk with the Big Boy Project. I'm Jose, and that's James and Juwan. Say hi, everybody.
Hi.
Right.
So we're coming off the most epic weekend of our lives. I can speak with everybody who say it was quite epic.
Yeah.
Yes, very much so.
So this weekend we saw Age of Ultron.
Oh,
Yeah, Marvel knows what they're doing.
right.
We'll leave the review for another time, probably later on when we do our next video. But this topic for this Bear Talk was something that I thought of from having interactions with people on Facebook, and it kind of and it's an ongoing thing with me. I feel kind of passionate about it. Spoiler alerts. Are people still using them for what they're supposed to be for, or are they just now become a form of controlling people?
Right. Mm-hmm.
I think the latter is true. I think people have gotten to the point where they are using it more as to control people's, conversations and control people on their Facebook pages rather than saying, oh, I don't want to hear no spoilers. I have my feelings about it. What do you guys think?
I mean, okay, first of all, any social media, it's going to be spoilers. First off, any social media, I don't care if it's Jack, Grindr, Growler, whatever, it's going to be spoilers.
Growler.
Right. I mean, if you're not looking for spoilers, don't go on social media. Social media is a free site when everybody can talk and do what they want. You can't control people. You know what I'm saying? So if you don't want to deal with spoilers, don't go on social media. Turn it off until you actually see it. That's my opinion on it.
What do you think, Juwan?
Spoilers don't bother me. I mean, yes, you cannot control what people say. I mean, I look at it like this. The experience is everything. Yeah, you'll know about it. Somebody put it out on social media or whatever. But when you see it,
right,
and the whole moment of it, that's really what you're getting out of it. It's not even the fact of knowing; it's the fact of actually experiencing.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
We live in a time where there really isn't anything about a movie that you already can't get from the trailers anyway.
Exactly.
Right.
But okay, I'm gonna tell you about the experience I had. So this guy on Facebook, he posted something about Age of Ultron, and then he posted a question about how he didn't understand something, and it's his page. He posted it. I'm talking to that person. When the way I look at Facebook is when I'm posting something to your topic on your page, I'm talking to you. It doesn't matter that everybody else in the world can see it. I'm talking. So he posted something, and so I answered and corrected his question. Like, he had a question about a character possibly being in another movie, and I'm like, no, you're confused as to what the character was. It was this other character. And so some other random dude was like, thanks for the spoiler. And I'm like, when he first posted his statement on his page, the very first words of his post were Age of Ultron. Why didn't you see that and be like, oh, they're talking about Age of Ultron, let me not go on it. Anyway, so I'm like, I'm not talking to you. This discussion doesn't involve you. I'm talking to somebody else. And yeah, you can see it, but if you haven't seen the movie yet, why are you on social media?
Right.
Why are you on Facebook? Others have seen it, and they're going to talk about it. But my view on spoiler alerts, yeah, it's a common courtesy, but at the same time, not everybody is thinking about it. In the excitement of wanting to talk about it, you may not be thinking about, oh, somebody else hasn't seen it. I think it's your responsibility. If you don't want spoiler alerts, your responsibility to stay away from social media, to stay away from situations where things could be spoiled for you.
Right.
You have a sphere of influence. You should be doing whatever you need to do within your own sphere of influence to keep yourself from having things spoiled for you. Just because you haven't seen the movie doesn't mean that I shouldn't have the right to talk about it with whoever I want to talk about it with other people who have talked about it, or people who have seen it. If I want to talk about Age of Ultron with my friends, I should be able to, and I shouldn't have to go through extraordinary measures to make sure that somebody else's experience isn't ruined. This is my discussion with my friends. If you can see it, that's your problem. You shouldn't be seeing it. You should. Facebook has things you can turn off notifications. You can turn all those things off.
Right.
If you know a show, a movie, an event is happening that you really want to have that all closed off experience, you want to see nothing about it, turn your notifications off.
Or the unfollow button.
Click the unfollow button. Do whatever you need to do within your sphere of influence that'll keep you safe from spoilers. Once the movie, event, show has already happened, then you can turn all those things on. Right. It doesn't take that much. But for you to put spoiler alert, you're not really saying, "Oh, I don't want this ruined for me." What you're saying is, "I don't want you talking about it." Right. I want all conversations about this topic to be put on hold until after I've seen it. That's not fair to other people.
And plus, that's not gonna happen.
Exactly.
They're basically saying that you and your wants are more important than somebody else's wants.
Right.
And no, on my page, I write about whatever I want to.
Right. Like I said, it'd be easier to say, "Okay, you guys talking about it, I'm leaving," instead of saying, nobody talks about it. That's not fair. We had a good experience, and we want to talk about it.
Right. And the thing about it is, movie release dates are told with the very first trailer, coming in 2016. We know Black Panther is coming in 2016. Mm-hmm. Why are you waiting till the movie comes out to start telling people no spoilers? You had weeks and weeks and weeks beforehand to start clicking unfollow. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Notifications off. And you got the day before and the day after, or whatever timeline you want to put, to stay off of social media.
Right.
But you want the whole world to stop and wait for you to experience what you experienced, so that now you can join the rest of the discussion. That's not fair.
But some people just want to whine. Like we were saying before, some people like glutton for punishment. Mm-hmm. It's like, I don't want it spoiled. I don't want anything spoiled, but let me read it anyway.
Yeah.
That's your sick, twisted way of looking at things. Mm-hmm. Everybody
and that's why I say control comes into it.
Right.
Because you're trying to control the conversation. You're trying to control the dialogue.
Right.
That's not fair.
I don't think
that's fair. But we had a big issue like that one. Y'all remember when Young Justice was on the air?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, it was a big to-do back in the day when we would actually be on Facebook as Young Justice was on TV, talking just like people do now with Scandal.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
They live tweeting and live posting about Scandal.
Mm-hmm.
We know people are at work. We know people can't watch it. Why does your situation? And it sounds selfish. I understand, and I accept that, and I receive that it sounds selfish. But ultimately, what you got going on in your life has nothing to do with me.
You're right, bro.
You know what I'm saying? If you can't be at home to watch Young Justice, if you can't be at home to watch Scandal, if you can't go to the movie theater with all the other nerds and geeks to go see Age of Ultron the day it comes out, why should we diminish ourselves and what we want to do?
Right.
Now, again, I realize how that sounds selfish. It does. But this isn't like,
right.
This is a movie.
Well,
this is a TV show. It comes and it goes. It's not going to. If you're talking about it, it's not going to diminish your experience because everybody's experience is going to be different.
Right. But
that's the whole point.
But yeah, my thing on that is it's all about respect too. If I know somebody haven't seen it, I'll respect that person, and I'll talk to somebody who has seen it. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So it's a level of respect to that. For instance, let's say I'm going to see it tomorrow. Like somebody going to see it tomorrow, and I've already seen it, and I have a buck. I don't have to talk to that person. Well, I ain't trying to say stop being friends with them and everything like that. I know how the comments gonna get, but I say I'm gonna respect that person enough to not say anything, and let me go to this crowd of people who has seen it and have a good time over there. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So, like I said, people got their own sick, twisted way of seeing stuff, and some people just a glutton for punishment, just want to whine.
And some people just want to be victims. They want to be like, "Oh, you ruined it for me. Oh, you ruined it for me." And It's like if I say something, if I say something about Age of Ultron, and it's one portion of one part of one scene, and it's out of context when I said it, the whole movie isn't ruined because I said this one part about this one scene about this one snippet of the movie.
Right.
The whole experience isn't ruined. You got 2.5 hours of nonstop action before and after this particular snippet of information that I talked about.
Well, on the other hand, that's one movie we're talking about, Age of Ultron.
Mm-hmm.
But what about the movie that the ending is everything? You know what I'm saying? Some stories, the ending tells everything.
Mm-hmm. And nowadays, the credits tell everything. Because
Credits.
yeah, that all the after images and stuff.
Right,
and
like
credits or even after the credits.
Right, like going back to World War Z.
Mm-hmm.
They showed everything in the trailer. When I seen the movie, like, where's the movie?
Right.
Where's the rest of the movie? You showed everything in the trailer, and I paid my money to pay to see another trailer.
Yeah, I mean it's one thing if you're talking pivotal plot points, like if you're telling the whole plot of the story,
Right.
you know, saying Ultron is made of metal doesn't give away the whole story.
No, it really don't.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And with the comic book the comic book superhero kind of movies, these are not spoilers per se because these comics have already been written and out.
These characters have already been established.
Right.
I mean, yeah, and I know some people are not comic book fans.
Which don't make any sense. Like, you're going to see a comic book movie, but you're not a comic book fan, but that's a whole nother topic in itself.
Right.
You can't be like us where we have to do a thorough analysis of every single character in the movie before we go see the movie.
Right.
Like that. But still, the movie experience is not ruined for you because something is said.
Right.
The experience is the movie itself.
Right. Like for me, for instance, I don't care. You can talk about it because I'm still gonna see it.
Yeah,
Me too.
because my experience is going to be my experience alone, and I'm going to get my life regardless. So.
Right.
Because for the reason me saying that, one, because most of the people get the story wrong anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Two, I want to see the visual aspect of what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It sounds cool when you're talking about it, but when you see the visual of it, it's even better.
Yeah. Like, and going back to what I was saying about this dude's post, after I said what I said, he went back and edited his post, so it made my comment not even make any sense anyway. But then on top of that, he liked my comment. So even if mine was a spoiler alert, he liked it. He liked the comment. It was somebody else, and then he jumped on the bandwagon after somebody else said, "Oh, spoiler alert." And he was like, "Oh, I didn't spoil anything. Such and such did." And I was like, "Actually, you did. But when you changed it, you should have deleted my comment too." And that's another thing. People on Facebook, you have control about every single post on your page. Right. If somebody posts something on your page and you feel it's a spoiler, you can delete it. Trust and believe that person's not going to feel some kind of way about it. You can tell them later, hey, that what you said was a spoiler. I deleted it so that it wouldn't ruin anybody else. And it would be okay. Right. It would be okay. You're not going to lose a friend over that. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? But don't like the comment and then switch up on them when somebody else make a comment. Right. Because you was willing to have a discussion about it, and then you switched up when somebody else said something. So who are you really trying to impress? This is your page. Right. You know, own your page. Right. Own content on your page. Right. So don't let somebody else hijack your moment. Right. Every single post on your page is your moment. Right. Don't let somebody else hijack. Right. So basically, if you don't want to see the spoilers, first cut off your social media. Mm-hmm. And just be respectful. That's the main thing. Yeah. Be respectful. You say, okay, he talking about it, let me leave. That's the main thing. Because like I said, like we keep bringing back, people just like to whine. People want to argue about stuff. And people just want to
be a victim. That's all it is.
I find it that it's human nature that people always want to tell you what to do rather than do the things themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'd rather tell you, don't talk about it until I see it, rather than just saying, okay, I'm taking a social media break.
Right.
You know, people have you have a sphere of influence, like I said before. You can only control the things that are inside your sphere of influence, not what's in somebody else's.
Right.
Exactly.
So think about that. You need to control you. So before you start telling somebody else what they shouldn't or shouldn't do what you need to do first.
Right.
Start with you first. And if you can solve the problem with adjusting yourself, then you don't need to say nothing to nobody. Now, if you've adjusted yourself, like if these people are literally, you've cut off notifications, you've stayed off Facebook, and these people are calling you and saying, oh my God, this movie, blah, blah, blah. Then you can say, dude, I don't want to know about this movie until I see it. Why are you calling me, telling me about it?
Right.
Then you can cut somebody out. But these people are doing what they can do. That's their right. It's their pages, it's their discussion groups. They can do whatever they want to do. You need to do what you need to do to keep yourself from being spoiled on your side first. If you've done all that first, and you still getting spoilers, by all means, cuss the people the fuck out.
Right.
Unfriend them, unfollow them, send them nasty messages, send assassins to their houses. I don't care what you do.
Damn, send us.
You've done what you, as long as you've done what you need to do first. Because
Right.
my feelings about something, it's got nothing to do with me.
Right. Or,
You know what I'm saying?
right.
That's your
Or send a booty pic, distract them.
That'll do it.
And that should, we end on that note.
That'll do it.
All
Oh,
right,
my
everybody.
Y'all
We'll put our social media information at the bottom if you want to follow us on any social media information. And we talk to you guys later. Peace.
Bye.